Hey guys, welcome back to Fruitopia. Yeah, look at that. Under the pergola, it's 26. Is that 26? Yeah, 26 Celsius, which is around 80 Fahrenheit. So we've touched 80 Fahrenheit for the second time this spring. We weren't here for the first time. We were traveling, and now at the end of September, we're having our second warm spell. So that's under the pergola, right? Which is a little warmer than it is out there. On my watch, it says 22 Celsius. So it's really 22, not 26. But the heat gets captured up here in the corner of the pergola. Yeah, it's almost like a little greenhouse. So today I'm going to do a part 2 on our tropical fruit tree uncovering or examination here at the backyard. And wow, what a beautiful day. I'm in my I'm in my garden uniform all the way down to the shorts, right? Very nice, guys. This is the kind of weather that we absolutely love, and actually warmer than this. Maybe 28 to 32 is ideal, and 28 to 32 is what it currently is in the subtropics of Australia, southeast Queensland and other parts of Australia. Yeah, it's 28 to 32 up there, so that's why everything is flourishing, and they get their mangoes ripening at the beginning of summer. Whereas we have to wait till the end of summer for our mangoes down here in Victoria. So it's a little different. We lose 3 months. 3 months are lost because spring is still cold here, not hot. All right, so, and the reason I repeat this over and over, guys, is because it's very important. A lot of people place Australia in one bracket or in one group, in one box, and it doesn't work like that. Australia doesn't have one box with its climate. It has multiple boxes. So I make sure that, you know, the right people remember that, because there's there's a lot of misunderstanding. All right, so what are we going to look at today? You already saw the tropicals here in the banana circle, so we're going to skip all that. Unfortunately, this black sapote seedling is going backwards. I mean, it looks like it is. It's dropped all its leaves here at the bottom half of the tree. It's kept some of these down at the lower branch, but all the rest are gone. And that's not a good sign. I've seen this before. I've lost many black sapotes. Remember, guys, I've been growing these trees for 15 years. And I've had a lot of experience, good and bad. And when you see leaf drop on black sapote like this, not a good sign. It's usually followed by dead wood, another bad sign, right? And there's a lot of it, right? There's a lot of it. And then the fruit dropping, shriveling and dropping. By the way, it was a super duper, I forgot to mention this in part 1. We had a super duper dry winter, late winter. At the beginning of winter, we got rain. May and June, which is really autumn. Well, let's call it early winter. Depends which way you look at it, half empty or half full. It's the same thing, different terminology. At the beginning of winter, we got a lot of rain, but at the end of winter, that is July, August, and I'll throw in September as well, although it's spring. Some will say it's not spring. Everyone has a different definition of what is what. I'm going to call it whatever I call it, guys. Late winter in Melbourne was super dry. Even though I wasn't here, I was following the weather chart and my little rain collector. My little rain collector, the wheelbarrow. That's the rainfall we got in July and August, right? So it doesn't get more specialized than that. Yeah, so black sapote doesn't tolerate drought. It does not tolerate drought, guys. This is a tropical fruit tree, and in the tropics these get a lot of rain. I'm talking flooding, that much rain, and there's no way we're going to get flooding here, right? We don't get that here, guys. So what I do in summer, which we get no rain at all, in summer I flood this. I'm watering the heck out of this black sapote with a hose every day. Every day I flood it, and it keeps its lushness. So because it was dry in winter, I think that's what's caused the problems here with this tree. And the other thing is, look at this. Look, all around it's looking like a leper. It's got all the signs of a leper tree. The bark is peeling off, it's losing this, it's losing that. It's like a really sick tree. Oddly enough though, up here it's looking really healthy at the top. So I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it because this is valuable real estate. I've got other trees that I want to plant in this area now that the fig tree is gone. Remember this fig tree I pulled out a year ago? I didn't pull it out. I tried to pull it out. A 25-year-old fig tree. I did my best with a chainsaw and with kerosene, but it's still alive. The damn thing's still alive 12 months later. However, it's not going to grow back. You know, it's mostly dead, but underneath it's mostly alive. So I don't know what that all means, but I can't wait forever. So I wanted to plant another tree here. I got a few trees I need to plant, one there and one here on the other side, on either side of the fig tree stump. And those two trees I'm thinking of planting are two peaches. The two peaches I have in pots. The Indian peach and the angel peach, donut peach. Yeah. But it's going to take a lot of bloody digging. I don't know how I'm going to dig in here with the roots of that fig tree. Right? Yeah, so that's the plan. I don't know if I'll do it. And I've got another tree I want to plant. This one here. The Mall Park dwarf apricot, which is holding fruit in its first year. Can you believe it? From the nursery. It's already fruiting. And it's in that pot there. So, and I think it's the roots, yep, the roots have gone into the soil underneath. That's why it didn't fall over with all those winds we had, all those winds we had in winter. It's like, why didn't this pot fall over? It's because the roots have gone in the ground. The same with that cactus there. The reason why this cactus hasn't collapsed, toppled, with all the crazy winds we had, is because they're rooted into the ground. Yeah, it sure beats using a stake. So anyway, that's a very long introduction to some miscellaneous stuff going on here. So I've got two peach trees, I've got an apricot tree, I've got this loquat, which grew from seed, that I want to put somewhere in the ground too. And I think that's, yep, that's also in the ground, rooted. Yeah, guys, these guys are hungry to grow. And I've got a seedling white sapote, which I'm not going to plant. I don't know why I put that in there. I was going to graft. Again, guys, I don't have the passion to do grafting. I don't have the passion. And where are we at now? 9, is that 9? I can't see what it says. Anyway, we're at 10 minutes, I think. So now we're going to start looking at the trees, the tropicals, how they did over winter. The covered ones and the uncovered ones, starting with these 3 Jaboticabas. Jaboticaba is an animal. It's a beast, except for some varieties, which gave me problems, and I lost them, and I had to replace them. What's it called? Hang on. The Scarlet and the Red Hybrid. These two. I've lost a few of these seedlings. But this one is grafted. So we'll see how we do with these. Yeah, these ones are much harder to just plant out and forget than the Grimmel and the Sabara, which are super easy. Yeah, so the large leaf, as we call it in Australia, and the giant are doing great. This one looks a little dry though. This one doesn't look great. Those two look great. Those two are doing fantastic. I don't know what's up with this guy. Let's have a look at you. Who are you? That's the... Oh, again, I haven't got my glasses. And look at the crap label. It's not properly printed. Except Daniel, the staff member, worked on this. I can't see what variety it is, guys. I don't have my glasses. Okay, large leaf. Okay, this is a large leaf. I don't know why this one is suffering. But the good news is, I'm hopeful that it'll bounce back. I watered it last week. Let's see. Yep, soil is still moist. That's good. But it needs more water. These need a lot. By the way, these need a lot of water. Hang on. Yeah, it's moist. I got to water those pots though I showed you before. They haven't been watered. I'm just afraid of over watering them in a pot. Here's another large leaf. This one's older. It's been in the ground for over 3 years. This is already in the ground. Nope, that's not a lucuma. I kept the lucuma label. I keep the old labels. And it's definitely not a... Oh, Grimmel. Yep, this is a Grimmel. So that's its original label. Yeah, slow growing. So this is about 4 to 5 years old, this tree now. This large leaf. Mulberry, which I want to put in the ground too somewhere. This is a cutting that I put in the pot just for fun, and it's fruited already in the first year. So easy. What else, guys? Unfortunately, this persimmon, the fuyu, which I've had for 20 years, has not fruited for 2 years, going on its 3rd year. So I don't know what's up with it. I'm waiting to see flowers. Not much is going on this fuyu, the small persimmon. Okay, up there there's a few flowers, but nothing much. Nothing much at all. Nothing much. For 20 years, or let's say 15 years, this fuyu would always have over 100 fruit, and I don't know what happened in the last 2 years. It just stopped fruiting. It stopped fruiting, guys. So we might have to replace it with another persimmon. I don't know, but it's 20 years old. So yeah, that'll be room there for a new tree. Some trees just kick the bucket after 15 years. Just like the Moorpark apricot. That's why I got a replacement for the Moorpark. The Moorpark is 25 years old, and that hasn't fruited for 3 to 4 years. Yeah, guys, 15 years seems to be the cutoff for some trees. What else? The native Australian fig, the sandpaper, is doing okay. I trimmed it before winter. I gave it a haircut. I can see a lot of new growth coming. A lot of new growth popping up on the sides of every branch. I almost tasted one last autumn. It had 3 fruit on it, but the bloody birds got them. And I had a little taste. I'm thinking of removing this side branch from the Lee jujube. I just wanted to have one main branch. See the second branch there going over there? But I haven't decided yet, but I gotta move quick because it's waking up. It's got it's got new growth coming. So either do it now or leave it. What else? Okay, I really haven't shown you much, have I? Just a lot of talk and the temperate trees, warm temperate. Okay, we chainsawed this other fig. I was going to remove it completely like I did the one over there, but I can't bring myself to remove it, so we might let it grow back. Now I kind of regret doing this because the sun is there, and in summer this area here is like Arizona, burning hot area. And that's not good, you know. For this guy, this is a Native American pawpaw. This does not like hot sun when it's young and it's in the line of fire. But guess who was protecting this tree for the first couple of years? This fig tree, which covered this whole area and protected this pawpaw from that hot summer sun. Now it's fine. 22 is nothing. 22 Celsius is like basking. It's just basking in the sun. But when it gets to 32 Celsius in November, this is going to cook. This will cook. So I need to create a shade cloth structure. And I hate building structures, guys. It's too much work. We're not talking about one tree. We're talking about multiple trees. One tree I can do, but 10 trees? Oh. And here's another pawpaw. This is the new one I just bought in April. Remember? Ryan? I think this was Ryan's fault. Yeah, I went to Bag to get a grafted pawpaw. Right, I got 2 of them. And they weren't bloody cheap. They were like over $100 each. So now we're waiting for it to wake up. Wakey, wakey, wake up. Thankfully, the Wurtz avocado blocks the sun up till 3 p.m. And then at 4, 5, 6, 7 p.m., the sun's going to be over there, smashing it at the end of the day, late afternoon sun. Remember those pine trees that the neighbor pulled down? Those pine trees were shading the trees from late afternoon sun. Now we're going to be getting late afternoon sun and sunset for the first time ever because those pine trees are gone. That sounds great, doesn't it? But for this guy here, it's going to be torture. So I have to put another structure up for him, for this young fella. Yeah. All right. This one's a seedling. It's been in the ground for 2 years. And looks like it's got a flower. Its first ever flower coming. Let's see. Yeah, it does. It's got a little bud. Nothing to get too excited about. I've had plenty of those before, and even fruit came. Even the fruit came, but they dropped. Not on that one. On another one that I have over there. Hang on. That one there. Hang on. It still doesn't have foliage. It's still a bare tree. Here's the other grafted pawpaw. And looky, looky, looky. This one doesn't need a structure because I planted a loquat seedling. A loquat seedling 2 years ago in this area, in this spot. I just wanted guys, the only reason I put a tree here was because I needed a fast growing canopy tree. Ice cream bean was the first one that came to mind, but I didn't want the ice cream bean tree to give me problems. First of all, it's not as fast growing as a loquat. Loquat is super fast, as you can see. Look at that, 2 years. And it's almost 3 meters. Nothing comes close. We're talking tropical now, we're not talking deciduous. A tree that keeps its evergreen look all winter. Nothing beats a loquat. And I've never seen a loquat get smashed and knocked over by the wind. Not yet. So that's why that's there. It's not because I wanted to put a loquat tree there. No, I've got loquat trees. I've got plenty of loquat trees. I didn't need another loquat. Because I know some of you will say, you got enough loquats. Guys, you don't need to tell me that. I can see that I've got enough loquats. And look at them. They're turning and the birds are saying, beat ya, I beat ya, I beat ya. See, they're a month early this year. They've never started to ripen in September. This is a first in 20 years. They ripen in the subtropics in September, not in Victoria. So now I have to put a net on here earlier than normal. Look, right? They're turning color, and the bloody birds are having the last laugh. But once the net goes on here, I'm gonna have the last laugh, guys. Look at all these fruit. Look at all these loquats. Huh? Did I need another loquat? No. But I just told you why I put it there. I put the loquat here because I needed the canopy tree to protect the black sapote. Well, the black sapote can take direct sun, but I just wanted to pamper it, to help it, right? And look how well it's doing. This is coming out of winter. Look at it. It's been in the ground only for 2 years. 1 year less than the loquat. Look at the difference in size. 3 years growth, 2 years growth. So which tree would I pick as a canopy tree in Melbourne? Now in Mossman, far north Queensland, this one would probably grow quicker because these originate from the tropics, right? So anyway, guys, the second grafted Pawpaw doesn't need a structure, thank God. And this one is the Pennsylvania Gold. Thanks again to Ryan. Grateful for his tip on picking these up. And I'm waiting for this to, oh, there it is, it woke up. It beat the other one. There you go, just came out of dormancy. Alrighty, we're waking up. We're waking up. The grafted Pawpaw has woken up. It's only been in the ground for 6 months. But these need, as I said, protection from the summer sun. Yeah, that's why that's there. All right. And on this side, in the morning sun, we have the fuerte, avocado, to help out in the morning. And in the afternoon, which is the killer sun, the afternoon one is the killer, not the morning. The morning sun is gentle, right? Gentle, like up to 25, 26, 28. But here, it can be up to 40 Celsius. 40, yeah. So, thank you. Thank me later, buddy. Thank me later. This is the other Grumichama that I have in the ground. I've got a big one in the front, which is over 10 years old. And this one has been in the ground for only 10 months, right? Or 12 months, let's say a year. And look how well it's doing in under a year. I grew this from seed. Just like I grew that from seed. That loquat is from seed, and this Grumichama is from seed. My own seed, right? From the front tree. Yeah, so this is going to start pushing a lot of growth now in spring. See that? These are everywhere, ready to open and push. So I highly recommend Grumichama if you're in the cooler climate, guys. These do so well in the cold. And now when I say cold, I don't mean Mount Kosciuszko. I'm not talking about Mount Hotham, okay, guys? I'm talking about Adelaide, Melbourne, and Tasmania. I don't know about Canberra. Canberra is one of those places that is hot in summer and Mount Kosciuszko-like in winter. It's like a place I would never choose to live or grow tropicals. Sorry, it's just the way it is because of that winter. The winter night temperatures. It gets down to -7. Forget that. yeah, so, and as you can see here, the regular cherries are waking up with a lot of flowers. This is the American Bing cherry. And over here is what's your name? Stella. I think it's a Stella. Yeah. So this is 20 years old, and this one is 15 years old. I gave it a heavy prune. Both of them are heavy prune in April, May, at the end of fall. And I got to prune this Tahiti lime. Wow, man. Okay, this video now has changed from uncovering the tropicals to a general backyard tour. It's just the way I go, guys, right? However it comes. And this is the way it happened to be. Look at all the flowers on the Tahiti lime. Do I recommend this lime tree? I sure bloody do. Look at it. Even with gall wasp, it still pumps out a lot of fruit. Even with gall wasp. They're the last ones from last season there, the limes. Yeah, even with gall wasp, nothing can slow this down as far as production is concerned. As I was going to say, I need to remove the top here, all these verticals, for two reasons. One, way too much fruit. We can't even do this, guys. I'm talking 500 plus limes per season. 500, minimum 500. And then up there might be another 100 plus, 100 plus. We don't need them. We don't need the limes up there. And I need to cut this all off. Plus it's pushing into the loquat, right? Pushing, touching. And I don't like that either. Okay. What else? The grapefruit here is coming along nicely. Even though I butchered it back in, when was it? At the end of summer? Because of the gall wasp. Because of the gall wasp, I removed half the tree. And look at this, man. In only 9 months or less, 7 months. In 7 months, the whole tree has come back. All the cuttings I removed are back. Plus, plus extra growth. So don't be afraid to prune hard. Now this is an established citrus tree. This is not a baby. It's a 15-year-old grapefruit tree. 15. 15 means you can go crazy. You can hack it right back. I even cinctured it 8 years ago. Look at the cincture I did to slow it down. Didn't work. Cincturing doesn't work. I tried it on like a dozen trees and none of them slowed down. Maybe I didn't go deep enough. And the reason is because I was afraid if I went too deep with a tool, I would kill the tree. Not a good idea. Yeah, so these are nice. These are ready in summer. This is a summer, late spring, summer harvest. So November to February. All right, so what else? What else? Oh, and there's another loquat I have in a pot as a backup. In case I want to put that somewhere as a ornamental canopy, backup, whatever, giveaway tree. Right? I put this in a pot at the beginning of what's this? Some damage here. Wonder how that happened. I potted this up in March. I wonder what's going on with the bark here. I hope it's not sick. And again, guys, I grew this from a seed. I didn't purchase this tree. Yeah, all right. Can you see how there's no weeds in the pot by putting all this mulch in here compared to the compared to the weeds there around this plum tree? Look at that. And look at this. Yeah, and look at that. A lot of work for me to do. Bloody weeding. I hate weeding. And there's the Pinkerton avocado, which I hacked and put into a pot because it was not doing well in the ground for 10 years. I don't recommend Pinkerton at all for Melbourne. Pinkerton avocado is a no-no. It was here where the new Pawpaw is now. It was right there. All right, let's move along. What else have we got here? Anything back there? Not really. All right, so, well, we've got the macadamia. Let me just quickly show you the macadamia. We've got the limes, we've got the loquats, and we've got this 15-year-old seedling macadamia tree, which is really productive. Now, after its 10th year, it just took off. You have to be patient. 10 years, you'll be lucky to get anything in 10 years. I don't know what variety it is. It just said macadamia tree on the label. As you can see there, all the flowers coming for next season. There's hundreds of them. Kim said I should prune the top, and she's right. I should remove the top branches up there like the ones on the Tahiti lime. Remove at least the top 5 feet, 1.5 meters off the top up there, because I'll never be able to get up there. You have to wait for the nuts to fall. And fall they do. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, hang on, 5, right? Yeah. And there's another one there, 6. And I'm sure there's another 16 underneath all these leaves. If I was to, there you go, no, that's a leaf. Was to look underneath. Anyway, so that's the macadamia, and they're still falling. There you go. A great tree for the family, for kids in other words, right? Kids love these type of trees. Yeah, a kid friendly fruit tree. So what else? Okay, there's another one there. I can smell something. I wonder if it's the flowers on the macadamia. Hang on. Sweet smell. Nope, it's not the macadamia flowers, but I'm smelling something. It's not the clevia. Smells like, oh, I know what it is. It's the native Australian frangipani. Wow, what a pungent, sweet fragrance. Yeah, this is coming to the end now of its flowering stage. Whoa. Yeah, these smell beautiful, just like the regular plumeria, except these are miniature and extremely cold hardy, and not a sook. Look at the trunk. Look at the trunk, guys. Mind you, the tree is 15 years old. I purchased this 15 years ago from Bunnings or Garden World, I don't remember, as an ornamental, and it's grown into a beast. Yeah. So, all right, next. 1, 2 grafted black sapotes. I've got a third one. Right there behind those lemons. The Tahiti black sapote grafted. The Mar black sapote, and the, who are you? You are Reniker. Is that what it says? Berniker. Sorry? Berniker. Yeah, so 3. I've had them for 5 years, guys. And in 5 years, they've done nothing at all. Nothing. Nothing at all for 5 years. So I do not And I stress, I do not suggest grafted black sapote for Melbourne, unless you find one that's really advanced, like the size of this. If you find one as big as this apricot tree, yeah, get it, of course. Pay $500 if you have to, because it'll fruit, right? This is not going to fruit for another 10 years from the looks of it. Do not get a black sapote, a grafted black sapote, this small, guys, because you're going to wait minimum 10 years for fruit. Whereas the seedling black sapote will fruit within 3 years. Yeah, anyway, that's just advice. You don't have to obey me. It's just my experience. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. It's doing great. It's very healthy. It's very happy. Looks nice, pretty. But guys, it's not doing anything. It's like longan. Longan is the same. The longan is another sleepyhead. Now we're talking Melbourne, not Brisbane. In Melbourne, longan takes 7 years to fruit. 7. When you buy it this small, right? So this is another one that you buy that size. If you can find it this big, 2 to 3 meters tall, you'll save 5 years. Things are slow here, man. Things are really slow in Melbourne. I'm not talking Mildura. Mildura and Melbourne are not the same, right? Okay, so when I say Victoria, I'm referring to southern Victoria, not the Mallee. What else? What else, guys? What else is new? The flat persimmon is waking up. This almost fruited for us last year. It had a couple of fruitlets and they dropped. So let's hope now in year 5, another slow coach, 5 years old. And this persimmon is still a baby. Still a baby, this particular variety. The Fuyu is much faster growing. So I'm guessing this variety here, the flat persimmon, is a subtropical persimmon. Going from my observation, very slow to fruit. Oh, what else? I nearly forgot to show you this freakia that I did not protect at all. I did not protect or cover at all winter. And look, he's alive, he's green. Who could this be that's living without any frost cloth? Who could it be? It's a Malaysian jackfruit. Wow. What is it? Seedling. Yeah, of course it's a seedling. So, yeah, it survived. Last year I covered it with a frost cloth. The stakes are still here. But this year I didn't because I ran out of frost cloth. Not that I didn't want to. I didn't have anything left. So I thought, you're the lowest priority. And you're going to just have to make it on your own, buddy. And he did. He survived. And the reason he survived is because overhead bananas, lemon tree, massive lemon tree. On this side, bananas, the frangipani, and over here, some more bananas and a big orange tree over there. Right? A 20-year-old orange tree established. So this is a lot of buffering and a fence. And ginger. A lot of wind buffering. Wind buffer. So, yeah, that's what I'm putting it down to. All these neighbors, all his buddies helped out. All right, let's move on. The Malay jackfruit survived, which is great. This is the starfruit, carambola. That needs to be restaked because it's tipping that way. I need to, the reason why it's tipping that way is because this banana is in the way. This is the Chiquita banana, also known as the Grand Nain. It's a dwarf variety. Yeah. So see how it's leaning over the star fruit. Okay, so I think this already fruited for us, so it's spent. It's not going to fruit again. So I'm gonna. The reason I left it all winter there is was as a protection for the star fruit. Jaboticaba, no problem. The giant. I think this is the giant. Let me have a look. I've got 3 of these giants. Oh, sorry, this is not a giant. This is a red hybrid. Hang on. Yeah, red hybrid. That's the seedling. Champion. Even though I lost, I think I've lost 2 of these in the past. Yep. We lost the papaya, the one that was doing so well right up till June. Out you come. Root rot, guys. Root rot. That's what gets the papaya here. I don't know why it doesn't get them in Queensland. And that's a raised mound. I raised it. Not much, maybe 6 inches. It didn't make it. Not a good idea to have papaya back here anyway, because this is the back of the property and all the water runs down here. This is like the back. It's a sloping property that starts out like that on the street and ends here. This is the end. So the water, well, we didn't have water. What water? We had 25 millimeters of rain all winter. Not much rain to pull back here. But anyway, I'm putting it down to root rot. Obviously root rot. That's not cold damage, that's root rot. Yeah, with a very, very little amount of rain. So imagine if we had that 400 millimeters of rain that Brisbane gets. Huh? And yet their papayas survive up there. How does that work? Does anyone know? How does that work, guys? All right, what's this? Monkey Jack. Lakoocha. I think I can unwrap you now. Let's unwrap him. Yeah. All right, I'll be right back. All right. There you are. Lakoocha. Monkey Jack. Under this Kleenex. This is like a tissue from Bunnings. And yet, guys, it worked. The crappy frost cloth worked. Both branches are fine. It's even got new growth coming here. Now some of you will say, oh, leave the frost cloth on. No, I'm not going to leave the frost cloth on. It's October. It's October and temperatures now at night are above 9. Above 9. And daytime is between 18 and 22 average. Yeah, and it's got hairs, very fine hairs on the trunks. That's another good sign. Hang on. Can you see them? No. Hang on, let me see. Yeah, there they are. See those fine hairs? Yeah, that's a good sign. All right, so we'll just leave it there. If we do get some wacky temperature below 7, like 5 or 6, I can always put these back on. Green sapote. This one always does so well. I don't know what's wrong with the other one. I'm glad I planted 2, because if I only had one, the one that's giving me problems, I would have been really upset to have the sick one. This is really healthy. Hang on. The sugar cane got stuck. Sugar cane leaf. Wow, it's like a razor blade. It cut through the leaves here. Damn. That's a real menace. Gotta watch it. Gotta watch that sugar cane. That there, like a stiletto. Yeah, so last summer it flowered, and I think it's gonna do the same. Yep, it will. There you go. There you go. There you go. It's gonna flower again for the second time. All the flowers fell last year. They didn't amount to anything. Yeah, so let's see what happens with take 2. This is the second time, right? Hang on, let's see if I can stand back here. Out of the sun. Yeah, I have to do something with this sugar cane. The sugar cane is like in the way. It's from the wind. Those winds we had. It never goes that way. There's no trees over there. The trees are all over here, and it's leaning this way where the trees are. Typical, right? So that means work. I've got to work it and pull these up. So the green sapote, the Parfianca pomegranate is fully woken. The dwarf macadamia in its 6th year. Yeah, man, 6 years and it hasn't flowered yet. Told ya. You got to be patient with macadamia. Up to 10 years. Not all varieties, but the ones I have. So this is a different variety to the other one, and it's still taking over 6 years. We've got 2 banana bunches. One there. And one here that's just opening now. So straight out of winter, we're getting 2 bunches of bananas here in the back, and another 6 bunches in the front yard, guys. That's why I'm planting so many bananas. So I'm not relying on 1 bunch a year. There you go. That's the only bunch I'm gonna get for the whole year. That's what you get if you only have 1 clump. Well, this clump has 2. But usually you get 1, 2, or 3. What else? Oh, this is the little Rio. I think it's called Rio. What's his name? Oh, no, sorry, not the Rio. This is the Cedar Bay Cherry. Hang on. We've got a lot of weeds strangling the Okinawa spinach and the Cedar Bay cherry getting choked by the spinach, and that looks like an avocado seedling from the compost, and that there looks like a loquat seedling. Wow, seedlings everywhere just popping up as I spit them out. Yeah, very easy. And what's this? Oh my god, I can't believe this came back. This is the tropical lettuce that I had in here last year. Well, I pulled all these out. They were dead. I pulled them all out. I had 5 of them, and even though I pulled it out, it's shot back somehow. I don't know how, when there was nothing there to sprout. Evidently, it's called Timor lettuce. It's got many names. Timor lettuce has come back. What a amazing miracle. I had one over there too, but that's no longer there. And I had 3 more. One over here, one over there, and one over there. I should have left them. Okay, this is a reminder for anyone growing Timor lettuce. When they die back, completely dead, just cut it at the base, like here, and it'll sprout back the following spring. I didn't know that. And this is just pot luck. Just got lucky. Macadamia. Who knows, it might flower over spring. It's still early. It's early days, and I need to remove this banana stem because we already got the banana from this last autumn. It's in the way of the macadamia. And the reason I have it, guys, why I didn't cut it down, is to support this banana here. See the bungee cord? I'm using it as a prop. But the prop is in the way of this macadamia. See that? So I have to remove this banana and re-prop that banana with another banana. Constant work. All right, let's get through here. Okay, here we have the Sapodilla, grafted Sapodilla, and yep, it's green. Green means it's alive, and we'll look into it maybe later. Okay, so another bunch of bananas there. Those came at the beginning of winter or the end of autumn, around April, May, June. So that's a small cluster, a small rack. Then we got the abiu and the star apples in there, and it's not good news, guys. It's really not good news. But there is good news here. The Rollinia made it through year 5. Yeah, with this makeshift frost cloth. And here we have this guy who survived unprotected for the 3rd year. He keeps dying and coming back because I don't give him the proper protection. That's the Kwai Muk or Kwai Mak. So he came back with 2 leaders, two shoots, right? Yeah, 2 shoots. And here we have another avocado seed that sprouted from the compost. I'm gonna pull that one out, just letting it grow a little before I put it in a pot. Yeah, even with all this protection, the Rollinia is like gasping. It's like, wow, what an ordeal. Can you imagine if I didn't protect it at all? Look, guys, this is a 6-year-old Rollinia seedling. It's not even grafted. And it just pulled through. It just pulled through with a cover. And as you can see, the cover there got pierced by the winds. Even though I had a cap. The cap got blown away. Yep. So, without a frost cloth, there's a good chance this tree would have died. Even after 5 years in the ground. So take note, Melburnians. And there's that first fruit that we got. It dried out. So now we're going to start another season, year 6, and see how it does. And the leaves are green, yellow, as you can see. It doesn't look good at all, but the good news is it's alive all the way to the top. That's the good news. It survived. Yeah, and the trunk is at least 3 inches, over 3 inches wide. So that's a hefty Rollinia. And yet, guys, again, I repeat, it just made it.